Oh, what's up, fellas? What's going on? We got
Yeah, what's
another
up?
episode going. Enough said. Another football week has come and gone, and another one, is here this week. But you can see, fellas, we're missing Sal.
No, we're not.
Couldn't couldn't
We're
make
gonna
it.
have a good show now. He out there taking rocks.
We have a good show now, right? So, but look, actually, Kay Adams, man, she basically, told Sal like, "Hey, we miss you, Sal." So she signed her and sent a picture to him. So Sal, there you go. There you go, buddy. That's your love, your crush, buddy. So Sal, man, Kay's all here for you, buddy.
Nice. It's nice.
But look, man, we got a good show today, fellas. Look, I'm bringing in a good my cousin, my family, man. I mean, this guy, I'm gonna tell you, man, he's a diehard Raiders fan. He's a DC native, born and raised in DC, Dunbar High School. He played football, semi-pro. I'm gonna bring him in now because I want to talk a lot of stuff with him and ask him about experience. So let me bring him in, man. Call him Tommy. Tom Bond, what's going on?
What's
going
Tom?
on?
Hey, welcome, Tom.
Yo,
How you doing?
man, got the
Appreciate
black
it.
on, got the Raiders in the
Hey.
back. Look at
You
this.
know, I had
yo.
to do it, man. I had to do it, man.
Hey, Tommy. Hey, listen, man. No disrespect. I know you live in DC, right? Okay, but in
Right.
Philly, we got a motto saying that look, if you move to another city, you have to be a fan of that. You got to be a fan of that team. So you got to diss the Raiders and bring on the Commanders, man, or the Ravens.
Nah, man. Hey, look, hey, you know what? Hey, man, I've been a Raider fan since the '80s, since
playing
Tecmo
with
Bowl,
you,
man.
Yo, Bo Jackson. I love it. Bo Jackson, Tommy. Yeah,
Right.
boy.
I mean,
Yeah, man. Bo
do
Jackson
you
was like the
blame him,
fastest
fellas?
dude on
Listen,
Tecmo Bowl.
Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen, that two-back setup,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Hey.
yes.
Hey, man.
Yes.
They
born
the
and raised
powerhouse,
in
bro.
DC, born and raised in DC. You would think Washington fan, but you know what? He picked all right. I understand why he not a Washington fan. So,
Hey. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Y'all put
Hey,
on the
man.
show
Yeah, yeah, man. They did something that they made history, man. I'm shocked, man. I was
Put the
downstairs
show
watching
on.
the game, and then I was like, you know how sometimes we have a choke sandwich in the second half, man.
Joke
And
sandwich.
so
Joke
I
sandwich.
told my wife, I was like, man, I'm gonna go upstairs. I said, by the time I go upstairs, the Chargers gonna catch up, and then next thing you know, man, they just start running the numbers up. I was like, oh my gosh, like whoa,
Yeah.
man, it's like they wait till
Yeah.
now to do it. You know,
Yeah.
when they should have did it when we was in the hunt, but yeah, we
Yeah,
out now.
right.
So
Right,
yeah, I
right.
mean, so
True
yeah,
that. True that.
But
it is
Tommy,
what it
man,
is, man.
I got, I brought you on here, man, because I want to get a little bit of your experience and background in your football career. Um, I know you went to Kentucky State University,
Yeah,
and then you went semi-pro as well, right?
right.
Um, so give me a little bit of background, man, of your journey.
Uh, yeah, man. Well, like you said, I was born and raised in D.C., man, and graduated from Dunbar, man. Went to California to a junior college out there,
Oh,
actually, and
okay,
then I got a scholarship to Kentucky State, and then I played there for a while. I went to Kentucky State, finished there, came home. Then I actually moved back to California. That's
okay,
when I started playing semi-pro. I got into with the Modesto Raiders. But yeah, man. Shout out to my one of my coaches, man, DJ McCarthy, man. I
okay,
think he coached at Benedict College, right? No, not Benedict. Yeah, yeah, Benedict College, I think. It's
okay.
either Benedict or no, I'm sorry, Bethune Cookman. I think he coached at
Mm.
Bethune Cookman right now. Yeah,
Mhm.
man, he was a good guy, man. And he took me and a couple of players on a visit to the Raiders, man, and we actually went out there on the facility. This when
Nice.
we was out there, yeah, man, and it got actually, dreamhood, childhood dream team. I was Raider fan since I was in the '80s, and I
Mm.
actually had a chance to go out there and meet some of the guys and
Wow.
Yeah.
run show give the defense a look or whatever. Just we was just college kids up there with the coach,
Yeah.
and then man, I was
Yeah.
turned out ever since, man. It was like man, and so yeah,
Right.
played semi pro. Did that for about 2 years. Good career, was cool. Took me places I never thought I'd be, you know.
Yeah.
So
Um,
what
and
position were you on the? What position were you?
I've tried to play all positions, man. You know, as a
Okay.
lineman, you know, we can't average too many stats. You know, you can only get so many pancakes, you know, as an offensive
Right.
lineman, you know. But
Right.
I
Right.
try to play everything, man. I play offensive tackle, right tackle, and then I
Okay.
played a little bit of I played long snapper, you know,
Mm.
long snapped. I played a little bit of DN, but not too much, only because somebody actually got hurt, and then in practice he threw me in, and then he liked what he saw. Then game time, he was like, "Hey, go in." I'm like, "Okay." He was like, "Contain outside. Make sure nobody don't get on the outside." So
Right. Right. Right.
did that, you know. So did that for a while, but yeah, mainly offensive line though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Offensive line,
Okay.
right tackle, man.
So
Yeah.
we did a little talk, man. So you was out there when you said you was practicing. You had a practice opportunity out there with Jamarcus Russell. Was that?
Yeah, I did actually, man. Like I said, when I was in the junior college, one of the coaches, man, he took us under our wing, man. You know, the football program that they had, they just started this program, and
Okay.
so you know the season was kind of shot. I think we won like one game that season, but then like you know me from being from DC and then going there was like going to California was real culture shock for me.
Okay.
I
You
bet.
know
I
I'm you
bet.
know
Okay.
at the you know in the 90s DC was pretty much black, so going
Yeah.
Yep.
out there and then having a coach and his and he put me in this different position and I'm the style of play I wasn't used to. And
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
me and the coaches, me and one of the head coach kind of bumped heads, I should say. But
Mm.
Okay.
he was the only black coach out there. McCarthy, he was like the only black coach out there, and he kind of looked out for us. I don't want to
Yeah.
be on,
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
and but yeah, he kind of looked out for us, and I transferred to Chabot College in the Bay Area, and
Mm.
at fiance, I don't know if they married now, but his fiance, she worked for the Raiders, like she was like a paper pusher in the office or something like
Okay.
that. And
Mhm.
so he was like, "Hey, I'm introduce us to this other coach, take us to another college up there, look around and see the facility." And I end up transferring up there to to Chabot College. But in the
Mhm.
meantime, in between time, he took us to the facility, and that's when Russell was there.
Okay.
And I went on the facility in Alameda County and out there in Oakland. It was cool.
Nice.
Through the locker room, man, it was like, man, like I never thought a million years me coming from DC to actually my childhood dream team. Yeah, I'm in the
Wow.
Yeah.
facility in the
Wow.
locker room, bro.
That
Wow.
is that
It
is
was amazing,
awesome, man.
Yeah.
man.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was
Yeah,
meant to
so
be.
I'm like, it was, and it was like I was a fresh, 19, like I was 19 years old, and so it was like, okay, I'm walking through the locker room, seeing the helmets. I'm getting to meet people,
Right.
starstruck. I want autographs, but we just walked in there. I ain't had no paper, nothing. I don't want to seem like, oh my god.
Right.
So we
Right.
walked on the
Right.
facility, man. They was out there, defense was doing their thing. They broke off into groups, defense over here, offense over here, lineman, whatever.
Right.
We just standing there on the sideline, man, just watching them, man. Charles Woodson, like, yeah, man,
Wow.
like I seen him in practice, bro. Like, yeah, it was
Yo,
dope.
that's what's
I seen
up.
him in practice, and then so the coach was like, "Hey, you want to get in? You want to get on the field?" I'm like, "Hell
What?
yeah! Like, of course,
Yeah.
like, come on, of
No.
course." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, we was just standing there, and they knew we was college kids. They was just, hey, but I'm 6'6", man. So every school I went was kind of always the biggest and the tallest.
Yeah.
So one of them, I forgot who he was, but he actually was like, "Yo, why you ain't suit up? Like, man, what you doing?" Like, he thought I was one of them, He was
Right.
like,
Right.
"Man,
Right.
like, oh," I'm like, "Nah, he 19." He's scared. Like, "Oh,
Ah.
okay, wait, damn, yeah, man, who you play for? This, this, and that." So I'm telling him I'm in
Yeah.
college, this, that,
Right. Right.
giving the whole spiel. He was like, "Yeah, man, so stand in the two hole, just giving them a look, just giving the offense
Yeah.
a look, stand in the two hole. They ain't had no pads on anything. We just, messing around with them."
Right.
It was
Yeah.
dope, man. It was an experience, man. And then that was the motivation and the drive for me to go hard in the paint. And then when I was at Chabot, we actually won. What was called a Hawaiian Punch Bowl. We won the bowl. We won some
Mhm.
Okay.
type of bowl.
Okay.
And then after that, it was like the coach. He was he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do everything I can to get you where you want to be or what you need to be." And then next thing you know, I got a scholarship at KSU.
Nice.
I was on there, man, and then I
Yeah.
went there, played there for 2 years. And once that was over, I moved back home to South Carolina, where my mom moved to South Carolina at the time.
Right.
Moved to South
Right.
Carolina,
Right.
and then South Carolina, coming from DC, from a fast city, going to California to a faster city in a
Mhm.
bigger city is like, and then going to the South, it was like
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like, man. So next thing I know, man, I was in South Carolina for like a year, man. I packed up a car, man. I had a 2-door hatchback stick shift Plymouth Coat, and mind
Yeah, I
you,
remember.
I'm like, mind you, I'm like Dino in this thing. I'm balled up like a Mario Kart, man. I drove that car from Darlington, South Carolina, all the way to California, man, by myself,
Man.
and went back out to Cali, and then reconnected with some of my college buddies, and that's how they was playing semi-pro, and then
Yeah,
they
I was
put me
gonna
onto
ask you
that.
that, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So once I finished school, I went back to California, and then that's when a buddy of mine, I forgot his name, he put me on. He was playing for the Modesto Raiders
Mhm.
semi-pro team, and I'm like, the Raiders, like, they got a semi-pro, like, man, hey, look, when it's practice, where I sign up, this and that, and it was good from there, man. I played there for like 2 years, and I had an opportunity to go to the CFL, but
Yeah.
at that
I was
time,
gonna okay.
yeah, I had an opportunity to go to the CFL, man. A guy I knew, his name, what's his name? Bashar Livingston, man. He
Okay.
played for the Toronto Argonauts, and he used to play for the Giants, but then they send you off like to get better, send you to another league or whatever, just to work on your craft or whatever. And then so he ended up going to Toronto, and he was there for a while, and he was like, man, you can still play, this and that, man. Just send your highlight tape in.
Okay.
So I had ended up trying to get a highlight tape, sent it in and everything, but then life happens, injuries, and
Yeah.
then
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
injuries. I had a elbow injury and then the ACL
Mm,
injury, and then at the same time I was working too. So and it
right.
was like, okay, now I'm hurt, and it's like, okay, I still got to go work, and then it's like I can't take off to go to Canada to try out, and then it's like if I don't make it, then it's like now I done lost, my place and my car and everything. So it was like I had to, yeah. So it was like I had to hang the cleats up, man. It was like it's either life hitting,
Yeah.
life
So
will
so
Yeah.
hit
the
you.
so the Modesto Oakland, I'm sorry, Modesto Raiders semi-pro
Yeah.
team. So they're
hmm
like how big is the league? Like what and have you seen recruiting and prospecting and all that when you were there?
Not too much. It was kind of fresh when I started, like, but I think since this was like gotta remember, this was in like 02, 04.
Okay.
Oh four. So I think they kind of just started off. It was kind of like the Mean Machine. It was like people just over here. People just got out of jail, and just a
Yeah.
group of people
Yeah.
just coming up to
Got it.
play. And then like, yeah, it was kind of some of everybody out there. And I think it was like me and like 6 other dudes was the only ones that actually had college ball experience.
Okay. Okay.
And so, but then like the second year, you could see the sponsors and stuff started to coming in, and then it was the practice facility and stuff started getting better. They stuff like that. So it was mainly but for the sponsors. It was kind of fresh. I think they was like so many years in when I first
Hmm.
started, and then far as people getting recruited, I didn't see that too much. But I did see people go to the Arena League from there.
Okay, the
you
Arena
know
League.
it
Okay.
was like, yeah, it was like a stepping stone.
Right.
Out in Stockton they had a arena team in Stockton, California. They had a little
Mhm.
arena team. And like I said, it was all kind of new. It was all, they was just building this stuff up. And but I did see a couple of buddies of mine go to the arena.
Okay.
I actually had a junior high, elementary and junior high classmate. He actually played in the Arena League. Manuel Talbert. Yeah, he a good
Okay.
dude, man. Yeah, he went to McKinley, the school that D went to. My cousin Deech was going
Right.
to.
Yeah. Teach.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. And to this day, man, I still have contact with some of my friends out on the West Coast, man. They we talk about football a little bit here and there, whatever, reminisce on the past. But yeah, man, not too many people that at that time I seen get recruited, like that. Like I said, it was still fresh, when it first came out.
Nice.
But now I think they probably I don't know, they probably got better now. The league probably got bigger, it grown since then, But yeah.
So yeah, let me ask you something, Tommy. I mean, seeing that you had experience and meeting those guys. I mean, that I think I'd have been starstruck. I mean, I don't understand how you even kept your composure, because I'd have just my eyes would have been all up, and Charles Woodson, all those guys.
Yeah.
Tommy, it's like, wow, man. You know what I mean? So
Jamarcus Russell stole money.
yeah, I mean, Jamarcus,
when you met Jamarcus Russell,
all those guys,
Yeah.
and then they tell you you want to get in? It's like, you know what I mean? So God bless you. Hats off, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
man.
to get in
Appreciate
there,
it.
just to keep your composure. But I mean, are you still involved? I mean, as far as do you want to get in? I mean, are you still involved in football as far as maybe coaching or something like that? Or
You know what?
going to another league or something, Tom?
You know what? Not so much right now, man. It's like I said, I
Right.
hung up the cleats. My son, he plays football now, and
Okay.
he's a senior now.
Right.
And they actually, it's like I'm living through him, and it's like I was
Yeah.
telling him, like, dude, you, it's like we live in parallel lives. It's like, dude, you doing the same, you mimicking the same thing that I went through in high
Right.
school and what's to come. Like
Right.
last year, they went undefeated in one state in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And and that was his dream. When I was in Dunbar, we did somewhat the same thing. I think we lost like one game, but we did the same thing.
right?
So he got the experience what I experienced, winning the championship and going all
Right.
the way and winning the thing. And then so this year they went undefeated, but they got all the way to the state and they lost.
Mm.
And so
All right.
and once again, same thing that happened with me my senior year in Dunbar in DC. Went all the way and
Wow,
lost
man.
the senior year. So it's like I'm living through him, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like far as coaching wise, I thought about it when I go out there and see them practice. I thought about it, but then I know that with what I got going on now, I won't be able to put 100% in it. And I know if I'm gonna do that, I got to put 100% in
Yeah,
it.
100.
Like,
You have to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't be like, hey, I'm running late, getting off work and then running late and then getting there and trying to work with the linemen. And it's like,
Right.
yeah, I need
You
100.
can't be.
I'd rather. So it's like I'm not gonna put myself and set myself and put myself in that situation when I know I'm not be able to give 100%.
Yeah, no, that's
That question, yeah, man. I'm just living through my son right now, man. Like he doing good, man. He's
yeah,
Good.
man.
That's good,
You,
man.
Tommy, they don't know, but we cousins and stuff. And when you told me,
Right.
man, he led the interceptions in his high school, man, that's what's up,
yeah,
man. He
yeah.
led the
He's
interceptions, man.
this year he I think he got like 9. He was leading in the interceptions with his team, and
Okay.
yeah, man. He's a quiet guy, but then like when he on that field, he's just
Oh,
a
man.
whole different.
Well, yeah,
He needs to be in the
yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
And like he
Yeah.
got his first pick 6, man, and dude, I don't know, I think I almost jumped from the bleachers to the field, and it was like, and I've been telling him like, but just giving him words of encouragement, man, and motivating him, and making sure he stay focused and don't let have a safe game, man, and at the end of the day, have fun,
Yeah.
That's what I think that's what a lot of players they forgetting. It's a sport.
I
And you
agree
gotta
with
go
you,
have
man,
fun.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And is
some
it
take
more
it
free
too serious.
agency? Yeah, they like. Is it more just I'm just going for the dollar? And that's every sport, in my opinion.
Right.
Like
It's
all
like
right,
it's a childhood sport.
yeah, you got what's the name? Football players who like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get that next 100 mil, but are you having fun? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
Jay,
mean, like even like look
That's
at rest in peace, like Junior Seau, you know what I'm saying? He was a good player, dude, and you don't know what these guys going through at the times, man. It's supposed to be a fun sport, but then like
Yeah.
sometimes they take it to that's all they know, and without football, like football is life to these people. And it's like, sometimes you gotta sit back and smell the flowers sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's
Yeah. Go ahead, Jermaine.
No, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just gonna just kind of chime in. That sometimes it even starts even before guys are pros or even college.
Yeah.
I mean, you see now there's so much more. I won't say intensely. I know Jermaine, you go through it because you coach.
That's what I was
and
going to
you deal
ask.
with parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the intensity level of what it is now with kids in sports, like with football or my daughter plays volleyball and the clubs and the money that's involved and the parents that get involved and to an extent the coaches. I mean, you see it all the time. You see a lot of the positives, you see some of the negatives. Coaches are fighting each other, and you're like, man, this is supposed to be fun. And
Right.
it's almost become a business almost to in itself, a business underneath a business. The NFL's like the big business, but then you got, Pop Warner or some other thing underneath it. And that's almost a business to itself in the way people form teams and form super teams and sneak kids in from other cities to be on their team, lie about their age and all kind of
Absolutely
crazy
right.
stuff that you're seeing just so they can win some kind of championship, at the lower levels,
Yeah.
but it's got so intense.
Yeah.
It's like they trying to build a championship now. It's like
Yeah,
not-
exactly. This is even at the young age, Tommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They stacking teams and all this stuff, and it's like, come on, y'all. I mean, like you said, where's the fun? Because what Mike was saying, because I coach my son. I got a son, that's playing football, basketball, and then I have another son that's playing baseball. And what you were saying, basically, living through your kids and all that stuff. The only thing I had is under me is this high school football. You know what I mean? And the potential is there. So I don't know how young you started your son off and whatnot. I mean, give me a little tidbit, give me a little advice. As far as how hard do you go, or when does that line stop? Because just like what Mike was saying, you got these parents out here crazy, you know what I mean, and they're out here fighting and carrying on. Time it's crazy, man.
No, in all
It's
seriousness, even killing,
right,
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
going to jail.
And, it's sad because it's like you just said, it's the parents. It's not the kids. It's not the kids. The kids out there, like I started him, he was playing football since, rec ball, Pop Warner, whatever you want to call it, all the way up to now. And so, and like you said, I seen it, man, and it don't be the kids. The kids out there having fun, it be the parents. And then so for me, I had to put myself in that situation. It's like, okay, look, it's not for me, it's for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not, it's not for me. Long as he out there having fun. And I think a lot of parents gotta pull back and put themselves back into their kid, to their 13, when they were 13-year-old, when they was 13, if you do that, I think you can understand why these kids are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, different era, same thing. You know what I mean? And just being a parent, just talking to them and just making sure that the
communication,
because it's like I already went through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I know.
exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't know he don't know what's to come next. He don't know how to handle. They're young. Their brain is developing. They don't know how to deal with pressure. But as a parent, is I feel as though it's your job to communicate with them and talk to them and let them know it's okay. Like, you're not going to win every game. You're not going to do this, and as a parent, you got to get out of your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Just because the referee,
I got you.
The referee blow the whistle, and it's like, okay, you want to go out there and fight. It's like, hey, let them have fun, man. Like, it's kids,
shout out to Hef and KD, and Hef brought up a good point here. He said, do you guys think the rise in popularity of flag football will affect the amount of kids who will continue to play contact with all the risk at hand? That's a good one. What do y'all think?
Go
ahead, Jermaine.
It's a fine line. I mean, that's all. I mean, pretty much that's all I can say. It's a fine line. I really don't have nothing. I really don't have a comment on on that. It's tough. It's all I can say is a fine line. It's a fine line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I think flag football, in the way the NFL kind of promotes it, to some degree, I almost feel like it's almost like a gateway. You know, it's kind of like, okay, let's introduce a concept that gets people introduced into football. That's just not as dangerous or as because people can't get hurt in flag football, but still, there's not a lot of contact, things like that. But this is to get kids interested in the sport, and then if they want to go do a step further, then they can actually get into contact. So I kind of think it was intended to get more people, not necessarily to siphon off people from ever going to contact, but to get people more comfortable when playing a sport, that if they were to transition to contact, they already know what it's about, being on a football field and running around, catching the football and all the stuff. It's just that this goes to another level.
I kind of look at it reverse. Like, you see how now the NFL is being very, very more safety. You can see in special teams, how they kick off the ball. We do fair catches right on the end zone and stuff like that to minimize the injuries. So to me, it's like the kids today, when they're playing this flag football, and they're seeing now how the pros are playing, I think they're already prepared for that. So I don't know if it will affect. I think it actually keeps it going. There'll be less contact, because we always say the NFL is going to be flag football one day. So, that's my intuition on it. Insight.
The biggest thing. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, you good. You said go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the piggyback off of what Mike said, like, it's a gateway to get kids interested in it, and because that's how I started when I was playing. When I first started playing football, when I couldn't play rec, because like I said, I was always the biggest. In rec ball, you got to have a certain weight or age group. I was the biggest 10-year-old out there, dude. Like every school I went to, so I never really played rec ball, but started off flag football, and it gave me the concept of how the game goes. You know what I mean? Before I was introduced to contact, it's just like a starter kit, I should say, to to introduce you to just to get the concept of it,
right?
But
right,
I think it's cool, man.
Yeah. Hey, so real quick, I know we got to try to transition, talk about some NFL stuff, but I did have one quick question for Tommy. We mentioned about the word fun, but there's another word that has the word fun in it, and that's fundamentals. And I just wanted to kind of get your take. Do you believe, in your experience growing up, do you feel that the kids nowadays are getting the same fundamentals to play the game of football, or do you feel it's better, or do you feel it's worse? I'm just curious what you think. We always talk about, kids don't know how to tackle, or NFL players don't know how to tackle, or not tackling right, all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, do you feel the fundamentals getting better or worse, or the same?
I can honestly say, from these past 2 years, like I said, when my son was playing football, they went undefeated, and just looking at the offensive line, the defense, and how they move. Like I said, I lived it. I've been there. I've seen a NFL combine, and one of my coaches at Kentucky State, he was an NFL alumni, and he he took us to a it wasn't the NFL combine, it was something like that in the NCAA, within the school, and the fundamentals and the techniques of that I was taught, I'm seeing it in these kids now. So I can say, yes, the fundamentals are there. Like, I see this old lineman, when this high school old lineman, he doing the kick, as a lineman, he coming off the line for a DN, he doing the kick slide, he doing everything. Now I'm like, damn, I'm looking at it because I was a lineman, so I'm looking at stuff like that on the sideline. I'm like, okay, yeah, somebody's teaching him well, so and the fundamentals are there. The coaches, I think the high schools are starting to be somewhat like mini colleges now, man. The way they doing things now, it's like high school universities out here now. Like, these stadiums are big. They getting the right coach. They're getting coaches that was in the in college or in the NFL, stuff like that. So they teaching these kids pretty much what they showing everybody in college, and so the fundamentals are definitely there. Okay. I can't say that.
Yeah,
I can agree.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. From like the pass blocking, even from like the linemen, the safeties, like how they move their hips. The safeties. I'm looking at all that, and so I'm already in bet now, son. Like, pay attention. Like, and when we watch when we watch football on Sundays, it's like always look at your position. Look what he's doing. Look what this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Good
Always
point,
get
yeah.
better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there's always room for growth. And so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, man. Definitely.
that's a
definitely.
very good thing, starting off young, you know what I mean? That it's
Yeah.
Right.
fundamental, because with all this, what's happening right now, definitely, from when you played to now, the speed of the game and everything is just, God, what, 100 times faster,
Right.
Yeah.
And Jermaine, even when you played, and unfortunately, you had that injury, but
Yeah.
when you played, man, and you probably already had that same,
What?
perspective and fundamentals
Yeah,
at that time. You know what I'm
the
saying?
fundamentals was there, but for what Tommy was saying, I mean, it's another gear, because what's happening in the NFL, you got to bring it down, to the youth, to the colleges and all that stuff. I mean, because that's where it starts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's where it
Right.
starts. So, I mean, I'm encouraged to actually hear that, because like I said, I don't know what he wants to do. If it's a toss up between basketball and football, that's something that I'm, leaving it up to him to make that decision and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah, because my other son is just strictly, he's gonna be strictly baseball, but
Got it.
but yeah, that's definitely an encouraging, to hear, what that's, what they're doing and everything, with colleges and even in the youth and stuff. So
Cool. Well, look,
'cause
man.
I-
Go ahead,
go
Tom.
ahead, Tom.
Oh, I was just saying, because like I think with my son's school, I think at least 8 of the staff play college ball. Some of them
Right.
in the NFL, even
Okay.
to all the way down to the weightlifting coaches. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, these dudes went undefeated. Like they were like they literally had no no days off. Like during the summertime, they doing something. And it's
Yeah.
like in the beginning, I was like, dang, like you waking up at 6 a.m. to go to practice, in high school, like. Dude,
Wow.
we was doing that in college. Like,
Yeah.
we used to do that in college,
Yeah.
like, bro. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, they doing college. You know what I'm saying? My son come
Yeah.
back at 12 in the afternoon during the summer. He tired, and then he got to go back later that night. I'm like, dude, say I practice 6 a.m. to like 10. You come home, sleep for a while, and then you got to go back later on at 3.
Wow.
And but he got a ring off that. They were undefeated.
Yeah.
You see you see what I'm saying? So like these coaches, hard work pays off.
Hard work.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he was part of that team, because now he see, because then kids, like, man, I don't go to practice. I'm like, hey, this is what it. And then now he got that ring. Now he got the ring, and he like, man. I'm like, see, that's what it takes. Like that's what it takes. Like
Hard
So
work.
they getting to these kids early in the game, man. And,
I see.
That's interesting.
they're definitely doing
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
So look, fellas, that's awesome, man. And Tommy, thank you for sharing your
No problem,
experience, man.
Yeah,
And,
Thank y'all for
I mean, like
letting
you
me be on
said,
the
man,
platform, yo.
like DC. Oh, absolutely. Like I'm saying, like DC, DC Rays and stuff, and Oakland fan, and then all of a sudden you actually there. I mean, that just blows my mind,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
You actually there. So
Yeah,
look, man, we're
man.
gonna Tommy, you're gonna have some fun with this. So now we're gonna do our weekly picks. Okay, we pick 5 teams. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 games.
Okay.
We have like our own, ego type, game amongst ourselves. So the games that we picked are I'm gonna show you some, but I'm just gonna list the games for this week. The games we picked are Ravens versus the Jags, the Cowboys versus the Bills, the Bucks versus the Packs, Kansas City versus New England, and the last one is Eagles versus, we call them the Sea Chickens, Seattle Seahawks. So you're going to pick your teams. Now, I'm going to show you what our standing is since we start playing. I'm going to share this. And
Dang,
from last week, Jermaine went 3-2 from his picks. Mike went 3-2. Sal went 2-3, and I went 4-1. Now, kind of see there, I got a bag over my head, man, because like I just been losing, right? But last week, I picked by using the coin, and I went 4-1. So look, man, you can see Jermaine. He's arms away by 5 games. Mike is still hanging in second by 1, and Sal's there. And then I'm just like, hey man, I'm just flipping the coin now. So
All right.
Sal got his picks in. So when we gonna pick, I'll tell you what Sal picked. So we're gonna start off, Tommy, with you as the guest. We're gonna start off with the Ravens versus the Jags. All right, the Jags
Ravens
are at home. So what do you got, man? Ravens versus
You said the Jags at home?
Yeah, the Jags at home.
Trevor Lawrence ain't somewhat getting it in there, man. I don't know. I have to pick the Ravens, bro.
Yeah.
So you
I have
picking
to
the
pick
Ravens? All right.
Yeah, because Trevor, man, he was good in Clemson, man, but you know it's a different speed when you get to the league. And then lately he been clicking, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Something about the Ravens. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens, bro.
All right, man. Cool.
Yeah,
All right, Jermaine, you up next.
Yeah, I think the Ravens. I think what's going on with the Jags. I don't, Jags are struggling. I mean, they're struggling at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
You're coming in here and everything. So I mean, you gotta pick it up. I mean, this is what we got 5 games left in the season.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So and the Ravens, they still clicking on all cylinders. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm picking Baltimore.
All right, Mike, what you got?
All right, Ravens.
No question.
Jacksonville's, had 2-game losing skid. They lost Christian Kirk, who, we thought stole money, but apparently he was pretty important to that offense. It hasn't looked the same since he got hurt. They always had problems running the ball. They haven't really been balanced this whole year. And then their defense is not really stepping up the way they haven't, they should. And that's a team that actually has a linebacker problem similar to another team we know of.
I still take Jacksonville's linebackers, Mike. Come on, man.
Yeah, I think you're going to see this on quite a number of teams. That linebackers kind of been a position that's been ignored, and I think now teams are starting to expose that, and you're starting to see teams get hurt by it. And I think Jacksonville's defense is one of those defenses getting exposed in the middle. They don't have no good linebackers. So yeah, I'm picking the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to pick them apart and beat them.
All right, got that down. Now, like I said, I'm flipping the coin, but I am going to give you my thoughts. Trevor Lawrence is overrated. Sorry. Okay. High pick in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he ain't, turnover after turnover machine, man. So
exactly.
I was on board with the Jaguars in the beginning of the season. I'm like, from what I saw the previous season, especially with Doug Peterson, our former coach, I was like, wow, man, like he's really putting his team on and stuff. But man, Trevor's he just turns it over too much, man. As a quarterback, you can't do that. You're not going to win. And all that, to me, like I said, man, see him as a high draft pick, and to me, man, he might be a bust. So anyway, the Ravens, the Ravens doing it. I'm just telling you how it's a fan of the game.
Yeah,
enough said. Right? This is the pot.
I mean,
enough said. I like that.
Look, I already know about the Ravens. I know how the Ravens are doing and stuff and everything. They leading up the AFC. So I'm gonna flip, like I told you. I got the home team heads, which is the Jaguars, and the Ravens tails. All right. So I'm gonna flip that bad boy, and it's tails. So it's the Jaguars.
It's a Jaguar.
I'm sorry. It's the Ravens. Ravens.
All that needs to get to the Ravens. You're gonna pick them anyway.
No, hold on. Heads is home
Ravens,
team.
sorry.
Tails is a whale team. Dre.
Oh, so what is Jaguars? Okay.
Yeah, it is a Jaguar. So
it's the Jaguars.
You all that talk, and you picking the Jaguars.
No, the Jaguars at home.
Mike. Oh no, I thought you said Baltimore was home.
No,
Jags are home.
I thought you said Ravens are home.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I thought you said the Ravens were at home.
I thought I said they were away.
I
don't know.
The Ravens are home.
I just know. Yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaguars at home, just like I said.
Jaguars at home.
Yeah.
All right,
so you picked the Ravens.
All right, so you got the Ravens. All right.
Well, thank God for the coin. And Sal picked the Ravens. All right. All right. Next one, Bucks versus the Packers. Let me double check the board here so I get it right. The Packers are at home, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, Tommy, what you got, man? Bucks.
I don't know, man. I might
Wanna
have to
flip a
give it
coin?
to the Packers, man. No, I'm gonna give it to the Packers, man. They in Lambeau, man. They home. You know, they
Yep.
kind of, yeah. And the weather, I don't know what the weather is out there, but you know, they have the advantage when they at home sometimes. You know, so
So
I'm
you
gonna go
you
with
on
the
that Jordan
Packers.
Love? You on that Jordan Love or what?
Nah, I'm just, you know, I'm just looking at the odds. You know, just looking at it differently. You know,
Got it.
I'm gonna say the Green Bay.
All right, Jermaine, what do you got, man?
Green Bay.
All right,
Green Bay. I'm never a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. You know, I mean, ever since
Yeah,
what's going on, I don't. Yeah, it's Green Bay. Green Bay is starting to come on. You know, they're starting to come off, starting to roll on all cylinders.
Real fast, Hefson, the Jags won't win at home or away or in Mars.
In Mars. Yeah.
What you got, Mike? Tampa, Green Bay.
I'm gonna take the Pack. I gotta take the Pack. I'm gonna take the Packers.
Okay.
I can see this game literally coming down to some kind of field goal at the end to win it. I mean, both teams just. I mean, last week the Packers lost to the Giants. I mean, Tommy DeVito. I mean, the dude. You can't lose. You can't lose on Monday night to the Giants and say that you're trying to make a playoff push and that you actually have turned the corner. It's inexcusable. But I don't know. I'll take the Packers, but damn man, they could definitely lose. I could easily see them losing this game, just because they play ugly. But both teams play ugly.
I tell you, man, I agree with that. And Green Bay has been winning lately. You know, so Tampa did hit that fast win or that last minute win last week. But listen, I'm gonna flip that coin, man. That's what I said. And it's heads. So
that's Packers.
That's
going
the
to be
Packers.
The Packers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching the thing now. It says both teams are 6-7. I mean, this is probably like one of the hardest games to actually pick because they both look almost identical as a team. You know, you have no idea what you're going to get from week to week.
Right.
You know, it's just they lose the games they shouldn't lose, win the games they shouldn't win. I mean, it's just
yeah.
And Sal picked the Packers, guys.
So nobody's not picking against each other. We're all picking.
Not yet.
So far.
I
already know one game is going to be a difference.
All right, the next one I'm going to do is the Kansas City Chiefs versus New England. Now, we really don't have to say anything about New England.
Man, look, I don't know. You said don't say nothing about New England. It's a tough one, man.
All right, so what you got, Tommy? What you got? New
That's
England.
a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
That's a good one right
check
there.
that board.
Dre, I might have to do the coin toss, bro.
Patriots
coin toss, man.
All right.
Yeah. Tell me what you got, bro.
All
right.
You're going to your lifeline. You're going to your lifeline.
Patriots are home, right?
Yes, Patriots are at home.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right, so I'm gonna flip it for you, man.
I think it's snowing.
Heads. So
Heads.
it's gonna be the Patriots.
Ooh,
Patriots. Oh, I hate the Patriots, man.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? Hold on. Time out.
Oh, well, you flipped the coin, though. You flipped the coin.
Look. I know. I shouldn't have. You know, I'm a Raider fan, dude, and that whole tuck rule thing, it still burns in my soul.
Man.
It still burns in my soul.
Yes,
So
the tuck rule.
so you know what? I'm gonna have to renege on the coin toss and have to go with the other, bro. Cause
Gotta go with KC. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, man.
Look.
Cause
I saw that whole documentary on when Rob with Tom Brady. He said, "You know, you fumbled the ball. You know, you did." He kept saying it. You know, I took it out of your hand. He was like,
dude, yeah, the tug rule still burns to this day.
All right,
Yeah.
Because that could have been our Super Bowl right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hef
So,
takes the
I hate the
Chiefs.
Patriots. So yeah.
I hate the Patriots. All right, Jermaine, what you got? What you got, man?
Yeah, Chiefs are going to bounce back. Look, if they lose this game, you know what I mean? Just like last week when everything fell off and Mahomes was acting like a little girl and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So
Man,
clearly Tony was off sides and he'd
Yeah.
been off sides the whole game. All right, come on, man. And then Andy Reid was they're a bunch of babies over there, man.
That's
So,
a Taylor Swift team, man.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Tom.
Yeah.
That's what
Listen,
I said.
man.
Oh, that's a
what I'm
division
saying.
rival, right? That's a
Yup,
division
there
rival.
you
You
go.
know he
There
gonna
you
talk.
go.
Hey,
Yeah,
Travis
there you
might be
go.
mad.
It's
I'm about to
Taylor
say.
Swift's team, and ever since she came on the block, That's when everything's been going downhill. I mean,
Yes,
I understand.
dude.
Me and Dre talked about it. They
Yep.
don't have no wide receivers and all that stuff. But ever since she came on the block, they've been going downhill. And
Yeah,
nobody
hate
don't
to
want
they
to
say
need
it,
to they
man.
need to put
Nobody
her
don't
on the
want to
field,
admit
man.
it. Nobody don't want to admit it.
Travis might get mad at me, but man, you got hit by Cupid, man.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
hit by
You got hit
Cupid.
by a lot of things. That
So,
Trailer's been good.
you know, gotta refocus, man.
Yeah, there you go. Focus.
Man.
Yeah, she hitting you with a lot of stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Mike, what
Oh.
you got, man? What you got, Mike?
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
All right.
You know, I picked this. I was wanting to pick this game because you know the Chiefs are kind of suspect right now,
Yeah.
and
They are.
you saw what the what you call it, the Patriots did last week
Yeah.
to the Steelers, and I know the Steelers are definitely not the Steelers of old, but I mean Zappy was out there lighting them up, and
Zappy.
I don't know Belichick has a way of shutting down things, and
Yeah,
Travis
I know.
Kelce is the primary weapon, and
Yep.
there's nobody else.
You're right.
Nope.
So,
There isn't.
but I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I mean, they
All right.
should win.
Yeah.
Well,
If they don't win, boy, it's
Boy.
Man.
Man.
You know,
This-
I
Yeah.
hope the
yeah.
Chiefs
you know,
win.
and that crybaby and stuff that costs Andy Reid $100,000 and Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes $50,000.
50,000. Yeah.
You know,
Should have been all the way around.
Uh-huh.
With his $500 million contract.
Should have been
Yeah.
100,000
Anyway.
both of them. Yeah, you're right.
of
Yeah.
course I
So-
can make Sal mad and say like Draylon had paid $10,000 for hitting somebody out of town. You know,
That was
it
right.
costs, it
Right.
costs you more for slamming it. It costs you more for yelling at the refs than it does for slamming the guy out of bounds. You know.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I know that.
So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Kansas City, but like I said, keep to the coin. So
Uh-oh.
here we go. And it's tails.
Oh,
Tails.
dang.
That's
That's
Chiefs.
That's Chiefs again.
That's the Chiefs
Yeah.
again.
All right.
And Sal
Nice.
took the
Oh,
Sal
okay.
took the Chiefs. So
All right.
all right, we got
Yeah.
2 more to go.
Everybody on the same
Next
board.
one. The next one
All
is
right,
the
we'll switch up.
Cowboys versus the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills are at home. So
Man, this is a tough one, man.
what you got?
Yeah.
What you got, Tommy?
Is that's a good one, yo.
It is a good one, man.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, man. Dallas, they've been. I hate to say it, but Dallas been balling this year, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't tell Dietrich
Ugh.
that. Come on, man.
No, or Nisi.
Uh,
Don't tell them that.
Or
Okay,
Nisi.
look, coin toss. I'm gonna take
Hey,
my
hey, don't
lifeline. I'm gonna
renege.
use the
Don't-
lifeline.
Yeah, don't renege, Tommy.
You gonna renege on
Don't
All right,
renege.
no, not on this one. Not on this one. It's just that when I said the word Patriots, it left a bad taste in my mouth. So
I
yeah,
got
this
you.
one I'm gonna let the coin roll.
All right, here we
Let the
go.
coin. Yeah.
It is tails.
Ooh,
Tails.
that's the Cowboys.
That's tails.
It's the boys.
That's the
It's
boys.
Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, forget about it. Hey,
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
What you got, Jermaine? What you got, man?
I'm gonna take the Bills. I mean, KC went on. They felt good by beating KC and everything, So I think they're gonna get on a 2-game winning streak. They're gonna bring the boys back to life somewhat, So, but yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
Okay.
All
Mike,
right,
what you
all right.
taking?
Taking Bills.
Taking
I
Bills.
think.
Mike, that's why you got
yeah.
mad. You're like,
Yeah. I knew you were gonna take the Cowboys. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills. I think, one guy that's kind of been quiet the last couple of weeks, almost seemed like he's been missing, is Stephon Diggs. And I think this is finally gonna be where he
Ooh.
comes back into the fold and really abuses that Cowboys secondary. I don't
Ooh.
think Stephon Gilmore, he shut down, AJ Brown a little bit, but I just think that was just kind of a fluke thing. And Deron Bland can't handle
Yeah, I'm about
Moss
to say
either.
him.
I think Moss goes off, and I think they pressured Dak. I think no one's really pressured Dak lately. Still, the
True.
Eagles should have, but they didn't. As far as I'm concerned, the Cowboys really haven't played in elite defense yet. Aside from San Francisco, unfortunately. That's just how it is.
Mhm.
So I think they're going to
Exactly.
play Buffalo. Buffalo's going to attack them, and he's going to look a little pedestrian. And I think their offense is going to expose Dallas' defense, and Buffalo will be back in the hunt.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
I have to agree with you on that. Like, of course I gotta go against the Cowboys because we don't want them to get that win.
Right.
Yeah.
Secondly, Tommy, I don't know if you know that, but Dak's first name is Rainey, right? So
Really?
Rainy. Something.
Rainy
Rain
Rain.
Dakota, Tommy.
Rain Dakota.
Rain Dakota.
Prescott, right?
Oh wow.
So what
Yeah,
I mean
no,
by-
yeah.
why I brought up rain, because it's going to rain all on them today. I'm saying
Yeah.
Buffalo's going to rain on them all today. That's who I want to
Yeah.
pick, but I got to stay with my viewers. Stay what I said. It's going to be the coin toss. So here we go.
Oh boy.
What is it? That's tails. That's
It's
tails.
Cowboys.
That's the
Boy.
Cowboys. Darn it.
Oh, boy.
I know, right? I feel the same way.
And like you
You hate to
said,
do it.
like you said, Mike, the Bills, like I told you all this season, man, I don't know what team is going to show up. You know how they've been playing so inconsistent. But
They're
they-
finally, Dre, they finally, if you looked at that last game, they finally running the
Yeah.
ball. James
That's
Cook is
true.
really
Mhm.
he's coming along, and they're really running the ball now. So
Yep.
I'm surprised. So they finally figured it out. So maybe, like you said, Mike, it was that offensive, they fired that offensive coordinator, because lately, the last few games, they've been running the ball. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Sal took the Cowboys. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's funny.
Well,
You see what I have in my little title where it says unconflicted, and that's what you and Tommy sound like, Dre. Y'all both conflicted. Y'all don't want to beat the Cowboys.
yeah,
No.
Yeah,
No,
I don't.
I don't want to pick the
Dude,
Cowboys, man.
I tell you, my family gets surrounded by Cowboys.
We are
We're surrounded, and it's funny because all the men in our family like different teams. Everybody else, all the women like Cowboys.
All the
and
women love the
they sur-
Cowboys.
Yeah. It's just we surrounded by them, so it's like I see it every day. It's like
Yo, man,
you
even
gotta
my
hear it,
cousin-
and it's like
My cousin Althea, man, she's a Cowboy. And her husband's
Yeah,
an Eagles fan.
dude, I seen her not too long ago, yo, and I mean, all with the star all on the shoulder.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, she got the tattoo.
like that's target practice. Look, you use that as target practice. Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody, man.
I hear you. I hear you. Hal.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah.
right.
All right, so now we're coming down to the game. Eagles versus Seattle Seahawks, Sea Chickens, however you want to call it. The Eagles are on the road. The Eagles have coming off 2 bad losses. And Mike's gonna laugh at it. He has been laughing at us, but I hate to say it, man, Eagles are done. That's why I got the doors closing fast, man. I mean, it's 5 games left. Eagles have really got exposed. The defense has been gashed. I mean, we talked about how much they're giving up on third downs and stuff, and how much yardage and
secondary,
stuff.
man.
The secondary.
Yeah.
I'm a front 4 guy, and
Yeah.
I love my front 4, but they haven't really been performing. Mike, man, look, I'm serious, man. I see him finishing 12-5, man, and then when they get to the playoffs, I don't see him going far. I mean, you sitting back in your nice hammock with your mahi with the San Francisco 49ers,
Anything can happen.
anything
But
can happen.
I will say before you guys pick this game, 'cause
Yeah.
it came on while we started the podcast. Breaking news according to ESPN. Actually, it's not that big of a deal, but Jalen's been downgraded to questionable because of his illness.
That's correct. Now, on top of that, Mike, Slay is out. He went to go get his knee cleaned up. We have Cunningham is also out. He's out too. And then there's another guy that's out too, which is Cunningham. Jurgens is out as well. So I mean, him not I'm talking about Hurts being not 100%. We'll see. So I see. I want Tommy to go through his first pick, and then I'll get to Jermaine. So Tommy, what you got?
You know what? I have faith in the Eagles, man.
Okay.
I do. I
Okay.
got faith in the Eagles. I'm gonna pick the Eagles, man, because y'all been struggling, but I feel like y'all can still bounce back, yo. I feel like y'all can still bounce back with the injuries and everything. I feel like y'all can still bounce back.
I hear you,
so
man.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man.
All right, go with the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right, now we got Mr. Jermaine over here, and he's got his back to the camera. So I'm about to unmute him in a couple seconds and let him explain why he got his back against us.
You hear? Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
All right. Do you hear my grandfather clock?
I
You
hear your
how-
grandfather
All
clock.
right. You hear that?
What
That's
time's up.
doom. That is doom. Yes, time is up, Mike. This is a perfect time for that grandfather clock to go off. Listen,
You did.
look at
Perfect
You
timing
fast forwarded by
indeed.
5, and that clock is off by 5 minutes. Too.
Perfect timing.
Cinderella's turned into a pumpkin, right?
Perfect timing. It's
Wow,
done.
no, let me find out that was the Liberty Bell.
Well, I guess we know who Jermaine's picking.
Look, you can't fix the defense. All right, one man is not going to. You bring one man in, Shaq Leonard. 3 back surgeries. You bring him in. I didn't even know that Zach Cunningham and Cam Jurgens, the guard from the offensive line. I didn't even know that they wasn't playing. So,
Yep.
I didn't know.
yeah, it's
And
ugly. It's ugly, and it's going to get uglier, especially when they lose tomorrow night against Seattle. I mean, Mike brought up a good point. They haven't won. They haven't beaten. Seattle has beaten them since what? 2007, 2008, Mike.
It's been a while.
Yeah, okay.
The
It's
last
been a
7
while.
games.
Yeah,
They
okay.
never
And
beat
they're
Seattle.
going to Seattle. You cannot fix this defense. You can't. The offense. That means that when you can't fix this defense, that means the offense has got to put up at least 30 points a game. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, I look. Everybody knows that I'm a die-hard Eagles fan. I am. But when reality sets in, the last 2 games, Mike was like, "Oh, it's only 2 games." It's the way they lost, dude. It's
Yes,
the way
Mike,
they
it's
lost.
the way they lost, and how
It's
it's been going
ridiculous,
all
dog.
season.
And then they can't get off the field. Third
Right.
down, 3rd and 7. You can't get off the field. You're not getting any pressure. I mean, I can keep going on and on. They got exposed over the last 3 weeks. That's just my opinion. So when he stopped, I'm not going to keep going on. And you see my back is turned. I turned my back on him. All right. I'm not going to be able to see the game. And thankfully, I'll be on the ship on vacation. So I'm not going to be able to see the game. So I'm glad about that. So I'll just look at the stats. So, but with that being said, yeah, Seattle's going to win this game tomorrow night.
All right, man. The ink is on the paper and it's dry. Seahawks for Jermaine. All right, Mike, what you got, buddy?
Oh, I'm so conflicted. I'm gonna take the Eagles. I hate
Okay.
to see Chickens that much, and
That's out of emotion because he wants Seattle to lose. That's why. That's out of emotion.
I do. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. Division rival. I just can't stand them. But I think. Look, I mean, you're right. The Eagles' defense is not going to get fixed overnight. They are who they are. They've been like that most of the season. I kind of been saying it as like, they keep saying they're going to play their better game. They haven't played a complete game. Blah, 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 blah. When you're 11, 12 games into the season, you don't just find it. It's just how it is. But that offense, I think, can help that defense. And that offense was playing very well, up until they played, of course, the Niners and the Cowboys. And even in the Niners, they started out well, and then they kind of got conservative and shut down, and the play calling was kind of suspect. But I do think that they can put up some points on the Sea Chickens. I think they can put up enough points that they can win. So I'm gonna take the Eagles. I mean, if they lose, yeah, it's bad news. It's probably not looking good for the playoffs and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles.
All right, man. You taking the Eagles? I got that on paper.
Unless Marcus Mariota is the quarterback, because if he's the quarterback, then all bets are off. All bets are off if he's the quarterback. I don't care.
No.
So I mean, listen, man. I've been on board with my whole front four all season, and they had let me down now at the wrong time, and they got to really get back. Yeah, I mean, we had that, touchdown by Jalen Carter that was set up by Fletcher Cox, but that was just a whatever in the game fluke. But listen, man, my heart says Eagles all the way. You know that. I've been saying all week, man. I've been predicting either they're going to lose this game and also split with the Giants. And the reason why I say split with the Giants because towards the end of the season they're not going to play nobody. They're not going to play their starters. I can see them beating Arizona. Is it Arizona we got left? Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona's nothing but a fly. So I want the Eagles to really do something, but guess what, man? DK Metcalf. I mean, he really showed up and just took it on the corners, man. I mean, and he did that to us before, DK Metcalf, before. So I ain't gonna see how our secondary is gonna stop that. Stop DK. So, but enough said about that, man. Let me flip the coin. Oh, let it go.
Where'd he go? He can't. Oh my God.
Find it now. Oh crap! What happened to the quarter? It must have rolled. There it is, right there. It says tails. So it's gonna be the Eagles anyway.
Man.
And Sal took the Eagles as well.
He took the Eagles.
Which I'm very surprised, Sal. If you listen to this podcast later,
Yeah, I am
I'm
surprised
shocked
too.
that you took the Eagles.
Yeah.
So listen, fellas,
Yeah.
that's what we got going on, man. And we're gonna find out tomorrow, Jermaine, if you're gonna keep your back turned or just keep sailing on that ship like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
Stayed
just
on the
sail away.
Titanic.
He said he ain't gonna be able
Sail
to see
away.
it.
Yeah,
Sail
just see the
away.
back
Just
of
look
the
at the
ship.
stats, man.
Oh.
Just check your phone.
Look at the
Yeah,
stats.
yeah, just see the back of the ship. And
They
that's
got
what it is.
Wi-Fi on the ship. You'll be all
Yeah, I
right.
know.
You'll be able to see it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
And,
might-
and
what's
real
going-
quick, I kind of brought this up before, but yeah, Tyreek is ruled out. He did injure that ankle
fantasy.
against that game against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think that's
So-
Cass fantasy guy.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, that's why he's saying no.
That's
Kittle
why
will
he
save
said-
you. Don't worry, Kittle will save you.
Oh, Kittle
But,
will save you. So,
He's got Kittle on his team. He'll be
Oh,
all right.
but look, man, we
Yeah.
just completed a whole hour, and listen, Tommy, man, I am
Yeah,
like ecstatic, man, that you came on the show.
man.
I
appreciate it.
Awesome journey on your football career.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah,
Yeah, good luck to
thanks.
your son,
Sharing with
man. Yeah, keep
Thanks,
grinding.
real quick.
Keep grinding, Tommy.
Your
Let him
son.
keep grinding.
Always, man. Thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
letting me on y'all platform, man. I like what you guys doing, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate
Oh man, you
Yeah.
gonna be on here again? No question.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
question.
Okay,
man.
hey,
Hey,
I'm with it, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, I got a question, Tommy. I actually got two questions. One we
Yeah,
always
no
ask
problem.
our guests, but one
Yeah.
because you played the position. So I need to get your opinion. Who do you think are the top 3 offensive linemen in the NFL right now?
Oh, that's a good
Wow.
question. Mm.
I'll wait for him to say
I'm
who I
about to-
want him to
yeah,
say.
I'm
but-
Thanks, Nisi.
I don't even know right now, dude. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I have no clue.
At least say Trent Williams. That's all I gotta hear you say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Trent
Okay,
Williams.
yeah.
Yeah,
let's
it
give
is,
it to
yeah.
him. Let's give it to Williams. Okay,
Trent
yeah, let's do
Williams,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Trent
Okay,
Williams.
We give
and then
it
you can
him.
pick 2 other
Yeah.
ones, but you know.
What's
Him.
the second question?
Oh, the second question is one we always ask: top 5 quarterbacks, and please don't say Brett Favre.
Who's your
Hell
top
no.
5 quarterback all time, man?
My top 5 all times. All time. Ooh, I gotta put Joe Money up there.
All right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Brady. Gotta put
Right.
that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
I know this was back in the day, but I can only go by. This was like in the 80s. What was it? What was it for the Bears? McMahon. It was what was it?
You
Yeah.
talking about
Super Bowl
McMahon?
shuffle.
Super-
For the
It
Bears,
was Jimmy
yeah.
Man, right?
They.
Jimmy
Who was it?
McMahon.
It was
I
Jim,
think
right?
so. Jimmy McMahon. Yeah, McMahon.
Wow.
Yeah, Jimmy Man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a cool one out of there.
McMahon.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
McMahon, and then Elway. Got to get Elway up there.
Elway.
Definitely
Yeah,
Elway.
and
Okay. And who's your last one? Last one.
my last one. I'm gonna say Steve Young.
Yeah.
Wow. Steve
right.
Young. All right. Cool.
Where do you put Brett
Yeah.
Favre at?
Bay
Where
Area.
do you put Brett Favre?
Yeah, he got a couple of rings out there. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no Brady or nothing, but back in the
Yeah.
90s and yeah, he was doing his thing, man. Yeah.
So where do you put Brady? I mean, where do you put Favre at? What do you put Favre
Brett
at? Do you
Favre?
put yeah, you put Brett Favre in your top 5?
We didn't do our top 10. You already did 5.
Yeah.
I say top 10. It's a lot out there that I'm just overlooking, but for
Yeah.
off the top of my head, that there was special. See the Bears back then when they was doing their thing, that when they had the refrigerator Perry and them, you know what I'm saying. Then Steve Young, you know what I'm saying, how he was doing this thing. You know, he won the Super Bowls with him and Jerry Rice. That connection, of course, him and Joe Montana, and then Steve Young came along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying,
Right.
but they still had that connection. Man, they had that they just had that connection, and you know, Brett Favre, he definitely in the top 10. You know what I mean?
All right, so you're
And
not
of course,
putting him in the top
Brady's
3.
the GOAT.
You're not putting him in the top 3,
Nah.
right, Tom? Okay, thank you. All right.
Nah.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Right,
Listen,
guys.
fellas, listen, I'll tell you. This has been a great show. You know, you can
Yeah.
always catch us on our YouTube channel, Enough Said podcast. You can also check us out on X as Enough Said Crew. And if you got any questions or comments, anything, man, please give us some feedback on us. It's called enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com. So look, man, again, man, thank you, Tom Baum, for being on
Tommy.
No
Enough
problem,
Said,
man.
Yeah, appreciate
No
it.
question.
Yes, absolutely.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it.
So listen to the next time, Jermaine,
Yo.
Mike, what's up? We're going to say
All right.
later.
Yeah, peace.
Great
guys.
job hosting,
All
Jay.
right.
Great
All
job
right,
hosting.
peace out.